Same show. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water. I stay hot tub.
Wake 'em up, Coach. Wake 'em up.
Stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub and hot tub.
Rubber dub.
with me. Chugging hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Chugging hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. What are we going to do with the county championship in baseball?
What happened?
Well,
What was the score last night?
5-4,
Whoa,
Arnold.
nice.
At
They came
Bozeman.
back.
Yeah. But Bozeman only has one loss
Yeah.
in the county. Mosley, Arnold split. Now Arnold, Bozeman split.
Did Bozeman play Mosley?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. I think they did. I
don't
think they
remember.
beat Mosley.
I don't remember.
We have to ask Patton.
We'll ask Patton.
If
If they did, we're gonna have to crown up Bozeman probably. If they only had one loss and everybody else has got a tied record.
A lot of people are playing well in the county right now, though. Babe is playing well. I mean,
All
Arnold
three
came
of those
back.
have a shot in the play. I mean, Mosley's going to have to get it done in the playoffs,
Yeah.
in the tournament.
But they still have a
The other
shot. You know, the talent on that team, and now they seem to have got their coaching situation stabilized, so I think they have a shot. So,
Doug Lee, you got Doug Lee, you got a shot.
yeah, and from here out, you went out, you're state champion. So put one foot in front of the other and just go out and take every game one game at a time.
I don't want to sound like a homer because, James and I both coached at Arnold, but here's my take on this. I've seen them 3 times in person, and they played really good competition. They were all really competitive, all really close. But the thing that they have going for them that other teams maybe don't have, you have 2 pitchers who are big-time
Prospects.
D1,
D1
Florida Gator commits. Yeah.
Gator commits as pitchers. So that gives you a pretty good shot right there.
If their bats start to get hot, they got
hitting and scoring is going to be there.
But then you have 1A
All right.
Bozeman come in and 3-2 first game, 5-4.
I want to talk to Patton about his 11 players. We got the dirty 30. I mean, where's your
Everybody's
team,
playing
brother?
both ways, Coach.
Let me get. I got to get into something. I got a lot of information yesterday. North Bay Haven.
Yeah, I
what
saw
happened
that.
there?
What the heck's going on there?
We all know their football team is improving.
Was.
Coach did a good job.
Seemed like it.
And he's out. He's gone. They let him go. And hearing a lot of people are upset. We don't, we take phone calls and we listen. Sometimes we talk about them, sometimes we don't. But we don't know what's going on. But they did, what I heard is true. I think every coach has probably done that sometime in their career. But they let their head football coach go. That's the word. Have you seen anything official? I did see they postponed spring football at North Bay Haven.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. We both coached a long time. We've been in every kind of situation there's to be in. And I saw this online. I saw this from the local news station on their little information. That's their 4th coach in 4 years. Now, I don't care what sport you're talking about, what state you're talking about, what part of the state you're talking about. You can't build any kind of long-term success when you're changing coaches every year. You just can't.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he did or didn't do. I'm not accusing or defending. I'm just saying. I mean, what do you? 4 in 4 years?
That's not a good look on the school.
Right.
No, it's not. And with the open and I know they're a little different because you got the whatever that process is where you got to apply whatever, but it's not a good look. So if you're thinking about you have a kid that's high school age, hey, I want to find the best landing place for my kid.
Right.
Man, that's got to put up some signals, like right there.
What about the players there now? This is going to be our 4th coach. What? I don't even know if I want to play anymore.
What about the next coach that applies? Who wants to apply for a job if you've got 4 coaches ahead of you?
4 years.
In 4 years. And you're like, I want to move my family there. I want to be in this. But we don't know the situation yet, so we have to let it play out. We're just kind of we see information, we share it with people, we give an opinion, but we have no idea what happened at this point. So,
well, good luck.
Very strange situation.
Wherever he lands.
Yeah, did a really good job.
Seemed to be. Players seem to like him. Parents seem to like him. Seem to be a lot of upset parents today. So, hopefully, we'll get some information.
Well, usually when we get so many people that are upset supporting somebody that was let go, that's what.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah. Usually it's
raise
like,
your eyebrow a little bit.
It was more this time with the football coach there, more support for him to stay than it was probably Mosley.
Right.
And I really like Mosley's baseball coach. I did. But, again, we don't know what goes on. The administrators there know more than we do. But I'm going to tell you what, you getting rid of people for little tacky stuff. Every coach has given kids a rise. Every coach has done all kinds of different things to help kids. And
that's what coaching's about. I hate these stupid rules where, you can't give a kid lunch money. We've all given kids lunch money. I mean, technically it's illegal, but we're there to support kids. We're there to make sure they have a better life and to give some kid $5 or $6. And I'm not saying that's what happened here, but it seems like a situation that's similar. We're going to do it every single time. We care about these kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you get into coaching for.
You made a really good point. Both of you did. Every time I applied for a job, I'd always try to get up with the guy that just left.
Right.
And then I'd try to do a little research. You research the people you're going to maybe be working for.
For sure.
And I've turned down jobs before, especially one in Lee County. The guy tried to get me twice, and I just didn't feel good about going there. And because of the way they treat other people.
Yeah.
And you're right. If you're applying for a football job and you look, wait a minute. This guy's going, this guy's going, this guy's going. They got a problem.
Yeah.
So something ain't right over there.
It ain't a football coach.
And here's the other thing, too, and I don't know this because I'm not involved at North Bay Haven, but is it the same administration over there, too, that has been responsible for all.
Now, Larry's retired.
For all those changes, that's all.
Larry's not there anymore. Larry did a great job. I don't know who's in charge over there, to be honest.
I don't either. I have no idea.
I apologize, but I really don't. And they do, you know what? Academically, they do a great job over there. We're not bad-mouthing anybody. We just got a concern like the parents that are letting us know that they're not happy with what happened over there with the football coach.
No.
And if you want to give us a call today, 215-6290, you can let us know what your thoughts on this. And, of course, at 7:15, we'll have Coach Patton on talking to him about Bozeman baseball. And, hey, what's going on in Bozeman football?
Yeah.
Good question.
I threw a name out there. And
I thought they were going to hire somebody from Wakulla. That didn't happen?
I didn't say that.
You can't confirm or deny that.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, man. This is not the Pentagon. I mean, we're talking Bozeman football.
Hey, listen, we never question Patton now. Whatever he does is right. Who we got, Michigan Eddie? Who is it? Oh, well, heck, did make him hold on. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm really calling for counseling. I'm glad the Ohio State guys are there, so to speak. But last night I fell asleep with the TV on, and I had this terrible dream that a Michigan guy, an Ohio State quarterback, and a Kent State defensive back were yammering on and on about process and system and accountability.
Do it, Nick.
Is that real?
That happened. That was that. That really happened.
Yeah. Hey, I thought I got rid of that guy. No, I didn't get rid of him, but I thought, how can he just ride off in the sunset? And then I turned the radio on, and Belichick's on. I mean, come on.
Belichick on a radio?
What was he doing?
Yeah.
Mumbling mostly.
He's he doesn't mumble anymore. He works for Pat McAfee. He replaced Rogers as Pat McAfee's gooberoid.
Stooge.
So anyway, remember Belichick's record without Brady. Just remember it. It's not that good, okay?
Hey, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. He was the coach of the Browns. You don't have to remind me about Bill Belichick without Bill Brady, or without Tom Brady, rather.
Hey, man.
Not very good.
I kind of liked the Browns as a kid, I liked Frank Ryan. I liked guys that wore 13 because I was an idiot. But Will Chamberlain, he was the luckiest guy ever, and he wore 13. Just read his autobiography. Hey, Jason. Hey.
Yes.
Is Kowalski there?
Yep.
That's him.
Yeah. Hey, do you sell smoky gummies?
Yeah,
Smokies?
we sell creatine gummies.
Smokies, man, are awesome, and I'm glad they're named after the magnificent mountain range from my home state. But they have hemp and maybe a little extra in there, and they've really helped me. But y'all have a wonderful weekend. The Florida Arkansas game. Let me give you some real sports information. The Florida Arkansas game tonight has been moved to 6:00, and they're expecting bad weather. It's going to be a real challenge. And I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but last week Arkansas and South Carolina played 2 9-inning games on Saturday, and that may be in play this week because of weather.
Yeah.
But SEC baseball is great. SEC is great, man, and we got to bust up the ACC and get Clemson and Florida State, and maybe North Carolina State over into the SEC.
Yeah, no doubt.
But other than that, I could care less.
Let's keep the Big Ten out of the South.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. And
Thanks
go
for
Vols.
calling. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Jason, help me out. I don't care who the coach is. If you've been coaching Tom Brady and then he leaves, I don't care who the coach is. You're going to have a drop-off.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, this thing that Belichick's not a good coach, come on.
Yeah. You still got to coach the guys up. And, Brady, as good as he was, I mean, he wasn't Brady because we saw him at Michigan in the first few years of New England until, Belichick actually got a hold of him and started molding him and creating that, system around him. So he deserves the credit for Brady. Brady deserves the credit for the success. Both things can be true at the same time.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, now I have missed this guy. He's finally calling us. It's about time he got back on the program. LSU Jeff, and I tell you what, LSU and their recruiting, my goodness. I mean, the way they develop players, what they do in the NFL. Yeah, offensively, they really do. They're the only program ever to have, LSU is the first school to have 4 quarterbacks selected in the top 3 NFL draft. 1973, Burt Jones, Russell in 2007. And of course, we all know 2020, the kid we had to bring in from the Ohio State and teach him how to play football. And then Russell. I mean, they've had 4 Daniels.
They shouldn't even count Jamarcus Russell. That's a freaking joke.
I do think Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft, though.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of Williams.
We got him on the phone? Hey, LSU Jeff, what are you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm just
how about them Tigers, baby? How about them Tigers?
Them Tigers.
Man, those Tigers are baseball. They might be missing the SEC tournament so bad.
I'm talking baseball. Positive LSU. I'm not bringing it up negative.
Well, okay.
I said LSU NFL draft. I mean, they had 3 guys drafted in the first round, the most of anybody else.
4 years ago, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Burrow, all in the first round.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers and a quarterback. What happened last night?
Same thing. Yeah.
Same thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, y'all do have a new defensive coordinator. You got a new defensive coordinator. I think they coming.
Yeah. Well, we need to get some transfers. Like, I think Texas Longhorns just had a guy go into the
you can't touch him. You cannot have him.
Get on the field enough,
You can't have him. If he's in the SEC right now, this time, they can't accept him.
He's actually a starter at corner, Terrence Brooks.
He's a stud, 5-star. Yeah, he's a great player.
Well, here's the technicality. Guess where? What conference the Longhorns are in right now?
The Big 12.
They're in the Big 12.
They haven't played an SEC game yet.
Ooh, I
wonder if they
do not join until July 1st.
They need to call that lawyer up in Columbus.
Yeah, Tom Morris.
Call me, Alabama.
You need some new material.
Call me, Alabama. We're here for you.
Well, can we get Hale some new material and get him a ghostwriter or something?
That damn lawyer up in Columbus ruined college football.
Crap. Golly dang.
They called you a naughty name? Okay, you transfer. You're in. You can play.
There you go.
So the first
LSU would never do anything.
If you went to Alabama, you'd have said no. We don't want you.
Ask LSU Jeff about their some of their issues.
We want Paul Caruth at our quarterback. We don't want you.
What?
Yeah, Emory had to transfer out the running back. He's gone.
I think LSU will be pretty good next year. Defense is going to be better. I don't know. Offense
we'll win 9. I think we'll win 9. If we don't win 9, we'll win 10. I'll be.
You will win 10.
I'll be very happy with that.
Didn't Emory have academic issues too?
Yeah, he couldn't pass swimming.
Should have gone to Southern Miss.
There's a lot of issues under the last coach that we won't talk about with some things that happened, but it was chaos at the end under.
The only reason he's not talking about because you're on the phone. Because he loves bringing it up. Believe me, I hear it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jeff, we got to take a break. Can you call us back around 7:30?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right, buddy, call back.
All right.
Let's take a break. We got Coach Patton coming on from Bozeman. Anybody else call? We get more phones lighting up. I thought for sure we'd hear from somebody from North Bay Haven. All right, let's do it. South Oak Title and Closing for all your real estate needs. Do what the big time realtors do. 30A Mark Cowart, one of the top real estate agents in the Southeast. He sells like you would not believe. The guy's incredible. And they use Chuck Tucker. All of them want to use Chuck Tucker. And no one else. No surprises. Chuck, local guy, started this company and knocked it out of the ballpark. They're all over Northwest Florida now. They're that good. South Oak Title and Closing for all real estate closings. You make sure you use South Oak Title and Closing. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer, today's special, crisp fish. Grilled fish, peppers, onions over bed of rice and a special sauce. It's incredible. You will love it. Go get you some fried shrimp if you want to. The best fried shrimp anywhere is at J. Michael's and the coldest beer. Charlie Corn's Place on 15th Street, brand new facility. Lunch specials every single day. Pick out whatever meat you want. 3 sides for $11.20. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night specials are outstanding. Friday night, fried fish or grilled, baked beans, cheese grits, or french fries rolled in a tea. Saturday gets even better. Fried shrimp or grilled, I like it fried. And then Sunday, the big one, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corns in a row, Charlie Corn's Place on 15th Street. And do I have time for one more little bitty one? Last night we had a great time. We saw David at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Great atmosphere, great meal, great time. Get in there and check it out. It's right across the street from the Navy base, the newest and best on Panama City Beach. That's at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We'll be right back. 104.3. Coach Jeff Patton, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your attention, please. ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. When there's a double red flag, stay out of the water, stick your toes in the sand, grab a cold drink, and listen to live sports.
Swung on, miss, strike 3.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Double play!
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 79 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the south. For tonight, some clouds and a low near 70. Tomorrow, a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, and a high around 79. For Sunday, mostly sunshine and a high of 78. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The road is yours, so let your spring adventures begin and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and check out our 2024 SUV family and take a test drive. See all the new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 4.75% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX. Get that rugged good look with luxury and the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by anytime and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX with $22.94 per month per 1,000 finance in 48 months. Quality limit. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/24.
Broadcasting live from the Redneck Riviera. It's the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What the hell? Puberty there? Finally?
Well, welcome back. 104.3. Well, you get, when you see Elvis walk in the room, you get nervous. Coach Bryant, you get ready to meet with him, you get nervous. Saban, you go into his office, you get nervous. Spurrier. But I don't know, to me, I get more nervous when I talk to Patton more than any of them because I think he's on a different level.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we got him. The man, the myth, the legend, head baseball coach. Coach, You just broke another record. You made the playoffs already, regardless. How many years in a row now has it been?
This is 17 in a row.
Nice.
17. We like to think. I appreciate it. We like to think it would have been 18 if 2020 we didn't get our season cut short for COVID, but
We'll
count
it's
it.
actually
Let's go.
17.
Coach Pat.
No, 18, baby.
Coach
18.
Patton, this is Coach Brent. I want to ask you this question before James Hale asks you questions.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even go to any of your games this year. Don't let him fool you.
I don't need to go. I already know the outcome.
I was at your game. I was at your game at Arnold on Wednesday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you guys, I see Arnold warming up, and I see Bozeman warming up, and I'm counting them because I haven't seen you guys play, and I'm going. I'm counting. I'm going. I think he's only got 11 players. All right. So what do you got? The dirty 30? You got 11 players?
Yeah, pretty much. We're
Are people hurt, sick, what? We don't.
Well,
I'm thinking he ain't making any pitching changes. I know that.
Technically, we got 13, but we had a young man in the. We had a freshman who's been playing first base for us in the Mosley game. There was a pickoff play at second base, and Blake Waits, and he went in there. He went in sliding, and I guess he caught the foot of the Mosley player, and his pinky dislocated.
Oh, wow.
You know, so he had that look to it. You know, he comes up, and I think it's broke, Coach, and shows me his finger, and his. You know,
James isn't buying any kind of thing.
That doesn't faze me a bit. That doesn't faze me a bit. You got to live with that.
The kid didn't grimace, nothing. He was tough as nails. Ray Morris actually put it back in, and he had an X-ray. So actually, he may be able to go again. But that leaves us with 12 guys.
Oh my gosh!
So we've got 12 guys, and they're pretty good ones, and that's what we go with. So years past we've had a little more, but we have like 17 on our JV. So
tell Ray. Tell Ray I said hey.
Todd will absolutely do it.
Great man. Hey, look, all right, we got to talk. We got to get this thing figured out.
Okay.
Bay County champions.
Yes.
You beat Mosley, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And you did not lose to them, did you?
We did not. We only played them once. They only, for whatever reason, when Coach Howard was there, they only saved one date for us. So
okay.
We wanted to play twice, but just one.
Okay, Jason, help me. That's one win, no losses,
and one dodge.
And they beat. Then they beat Arnold. They beat Arnold at Arnold.
Yeah.
Right.
Split with Arnold.
They split with Arnold.
Split.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
a 3A.
Arnold split with
3A or 4A.
What are we in baseball? 4 or 5A?
What are you saying? We.
I don't know.
No, we are both.
Arnold's 4.
4, and you guys are 3 or 2?
We're 1A.
Y'all won this year.
We're
1A.
We're 1
okay.
currently.
Okay, 1. So I'm sorry. We're going to have to do the right thing.
And you played Bay High.
The county champs is Bozeman. Give me a hand.
Yeah.
Good job, Coach. Congratulations, Bay County champs.
Thank you.
I don't know any other further fair way to do it because Arnold split with Mosley and you didn't.
And they split with Bay also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got 3 losses in the county.
We have one. We have 1 county loss. Mosley has 2, and Arnold has 3. So
I can't. Well, Bay County champs again. Congratulations.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
We have to get a T-shirt made up and go with it, baby.
And this is a tough county in baseball. So
hey, you play it right. James will get your Rudy's card, man.
Yeah.
Play it right. Play it right.
As good as we've been, that just says how good this county is. Because I think we've only won the county 3 times.
Wow.
What?
So, yeah, we've only won 3 times. Mosley's been exceptional.
Yeah.
Mosley's kind of ran the. Years ago, Bay was, obviously, in a different place. In Rutherford, they did draft picks and things like that, and D1 college players. They've fallen on hard times and building out of it now. But Mosley and Arnold or Mosley, Bay, and Rutherford, back 10 years ago were, that was a tough sled. That was a tough road to hoe.
And you know what? They're bringing it back, though. I mean,
they sure are.
Coffin over at Rutherford's he's building it slowly but surely, and we all know what Hudson's going to do. I mean, we all know he's going to build it back. But it's just crazy. And then you got South Walton right up the road there.
Yeah.
They're good baseball everywhere. Let me ask you this, Catholic. And that's what we get. Jim and I always used to get pissed off down South Florida because all those private schools is like an all-star team.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat them. And they've won so many games over the years. They did a big article on them. I actually copied some of it, and I never brought it back up. But it's amazing what they've done. But it's it's like an all-star team. Yeah. It's got to drive you guys crazy, especially when you get the playoffs. And you've done it. You've seen it. You go play for the state championship, you've had to go against those type teams.
Yeah, well, we're fixing to get all of it because we're moving up to 3A next year, and that's what Catholic is.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of looking at it just in some spare time, a couple weeks back, and even right now. And if we were in 3A right now, Pensacola Catholic's ranked. They're like number one in the entire state.
Right.
And some places have them number one. So it would be if we were in 3A right now with what our ranking is, we'd be fourth place in the region. It would be Catholic would be 1, and then Trinity Christian out of Jacksonville would be 2. Bowles would be 3, and we'd be 4.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I looked at it last year, and I think maybe Mariana and one other school, there were like 2 out of the 30. I think it's like 32 teams that make the playoffs, and 3A, 4A, and all that. And in 3A, I think there were maybe 3 public schools that made the playoffs in
Crazy.
3A.
Wow.
It was something wild like that, anyway. But it's a thing. They're allowed to do things differently than the public schools are. The FHSA is not going to do anything about it. That's just how it is. I know other states have alternate methods for those things. Now they do have 2A. All the smaller private schools, they're all in their own classification in 2A.
Yeah.
But the bigger ones like Catholic and that sort of thing, and they seem to find themselves in 3A more often than they do in 4A. There's some in 4A also, but seems like the 3A and 4A classifications is.
Well, we know for a fact down where we came from, Central Florida. I was there for 10 years, then in Southwest Florida for 11 or 12, and they got the power. They got the politicians' kids go there, and they run the show. It's just a fact. There's nothing you can do about it. Hey, I want to ask you this. What's going up next week? Give us a little rundown. District play starts. Give us who all's playing who and where and how it's going to play out.
Yeah, we're going to go. The Vernon is actually hosting the district tournament, so we're going to be the 1 seed. We've also been the 1 seed since 2012, so we've been the 1 seed in our district since 2012, so it's a nice little streak, too. But we're going to play on Tuesday night, and we'll play the winner of Weewa and Vernon, and Franklin County and St. Joe will play, and then the winners of that will play Thursday night in the district championship game.
All right, now,
over there at Vernon.
They're going to have it at Vernon. Like some of these districts say they'll let you go play at your home place. So do you like it better where they all get together and play at one venue, or do you like it, playing your place?
They call them satellite games where the higher seeded team plays I kind of like it all at one spot, but I get it for travel. Some of these districts are pretty spread out, so for travel it makes sense. But no, I like because if you're the host, you don't get to host a district every year, so you get it at your field, you get all the concessions, you make the money, and then you got to divvy it up, but the state gets their cut. But I like it. I like it when it's all at one venue.
Okay. All right, man. Well, it always goes by quickly when we have you on here, and I still have not gotten the phone call I'm waiting on.
You're fixing to get it.
Okay.
You're fixing to get it. I'm like 78% confident you're fixing to get it.
All right. Well, I
leaves them some wiggle room, though.
Listen, I don't know if you heard, but I did give a name out Monday, and I think I'm right. But I will not ask you to embarrass you on TV.
I cannot.
It's not you, Coach
You
Hale.
used to say I cannot confirm nor deny.
It's not you, Coach Hale.
Is that what you...
It's not manly, is it?
No. Hey, man.
Yeah, we're waiting on a clean bill of health.
Hey, I was thinking about applying for the North Bay Haven job, but after what I said this morning, I don't think I got a shot now.
No.
You know anything about what happened over there?
I'm clueless.
Yeah, I see no evil. I hear no evil.
I got enough to worry about.
Right. All right, Jay. And we'll talk to you next week. Congratulations again on a great season. And tell your team congratulations, be the county champs, and go get you a state championship. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it.
Congratulations,
you.
Coach.
All right, the one and only. He does a great job. Let's talk about Jason. Let's talk about some of our great people, and you got to be one of the best. We're always talking about local companies, people that grew up in this county that know everybody. They're going to take care of you better in some strength. Somebody moves down here and they run some big, huge operation. We need to take care of locals. Talk about that and some of the things you can do.
Well, we're working with a lot of high school athletes right now. I know we're in the off season for football, but a lot of guys are trying to put on weight. So we have our high school stack, which is our K4 creatine, our complete mass, and our Sport Formula multivitamin. Those are 15% off the stack, so they come to about $99. So you get all your nutrients that you need. These kids need food at this point. I know a lot of parents come in and say, "My kid can't just gain weight." So it's really hard to get to the calorie intake that you need at that age, because your metabolism is so high. So we can sit them down, have a consultation, talk about nutrition, talk about the supplementation. There's different types of supplementation you need to be doing, whether it's the off season if you're trying to build muscle, or during the season if you're trying to for performance, which is hydration, more energy intake. So we have a lot of knowledge of how to cater to athletes, build them up in the off season, how to perform during the season. So come by Max Fit. We'll put you on the InBody. We'll do a scan. We'll give you some tips on nutrition, but we have the free sample bar for our supplements as well. So we're located on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
If you're a coach and if you have not done it, you're missing out. If you're a parent, you have a son or daughter involved in sports, or you want your son or daughter to look better, feel better, and have a better quality of life, you got to spend some time with Jason Kovaleski, and you probably knew it too yourself.
What happens when you get to be an old timer like Wildcat? You got anything for Wildcat?
Absolutely.
I'm already on the glucose.
Glucosamine. Yep.
Glucosamine
Joint boost. Yeah.
And it works. And the best part about it is it's not a pill and it don't taste bad. so if it tastes bad, you're not going to take it every day.
You're the third person that swears by it.
I swear by it.
Julie, Glenn, and you.
And I want people to know, I know we talk a lot about athletes. Some of our best products are our wellness products for anti-aging, for overall health,
cholesterol,
our heart
all
products,
kinds of stuff.
cholesterol. I mean, our joint boost, our BPC that helps with ligaments and tendon damage. I mean, our multivitamin sport formula is one of the best in the country. I mean,
and honestly, I'm not being ugly or trying to be funny. You helped Glenn with that problem. It's for everything you need, you can go. And it can be something personal. Jason can help you out.
Ugly.
Most of our meal plans are for people that are just. Oh my God!
You already said
we go to a commercial.
You can't help ugly, but he was looking at me when he said it. Hey, listen, every Monday, the legend will be on from the entire time. Dr. Chad Mitchell, any type of injury, go see Chad. The guy's been 25 years on Bay County sidelines. No one else has ever done that in history. The guy's incredible. Rudy's Barbecue on Bad Beach Road, talking about another great company.
Go get that brisket.
Oh, my God. The food there is incredible. Jason loves it, and Jason can eat, believe me. Great place, huge room in the back. They got it all down at Rudy's Barbecue, and they cater. That's a great thing. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
America's team plays here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's number 10.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Charlie Morton, Max Fried, and Chris Sale lead the Braves' dominant pitching rotation.
That's 18 up, 18 down.
Sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Ellis Agency Insurance, Bestway Portable Buildings, PCB Hobby, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
Got him swinging. Strike 3.
In the jewelry business, there is no substitute for experience. David Adamson has over 46 years of experience, 32 of those in Lynn Haven. Designing and creating fine jewelry is more than a job for David, it's a joy. If you're looking for a spectacular jewelry design that says you, or perhaps you need your jewelry repaired, look no further than David Adamson Designer Jewelry. All work is done in-house and always to your complete satisfaction. Stop in today at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven. They're on Facebook and at pcjeweler.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus, live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive, across from the Navy base.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Now, it's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! And we are back live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Give us a call today, 215-6290. What is going on in North Bay Haven? Goodness gracious, we're going to have another football coach. Give us a call. Let us know what happened. I just got a text.
Inside?
Just got a text.
You got one?
Move.
So you know what's going on?
I can't read this one. Ooh, this is nasty. Ugly. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Jim Bob, what do you got for us today? Wait a minute. You want to have a great time. Where are you going to go?
Newbies.
Yes, sir. 3 great locations, Newbie 2 on the Curve. Go watch all the rest of the NFL draft, baseball, college, professional, whatever you want to do. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. The mothership, the best fans in the Southeast. Charlotte, John, that's all you got to say. 2, nothing but, both of them, nothing but winners.
Yep, first class.
Yeah, great people, always giving back to the community. Let's give back to them. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. All right, Jim, what do you got for us?
All right, yesterday, when we previewed the NFL draft, we talked about the Florida State guys who may get drafted. And it was not unexpectedly. Florida State had one guy get drafted. He was drafted. He was ranked number 12 as the poll that we had yesterday. He went number 19 to Los Angeles Rams. That's Jared Verse. So that was only one. I was kind of thinking that Keon Coleman would get picked too. But he didn't make the first round. That, to me, is a real surprise. I thought he's definitely one of the top players in his position. And just to talk about, just gives us some whatever. There were 32 picks yesterday. 23 of them were on offense, only 9 on defense. And here's how it broke down on offense. So it kind of gives you an indication of what the pro teams are thinking. So if your favorite player at Florida State didn't get drafted or whatever team you support, there's probably a reason because they don't draft certain positions. On offense, 6 quarterbacks, which we kind of knew was going to happen. No running backs, not one. 0. All right? 7 wide receivers, which I thought Keon Coleman would be one of those 7, but
didn't Pearsall get drafted in the first round?
Yeah, well, I'll get to him.
Okay.
1 tight end, Brock Bowers, who's really not a tight end. He's more of a wide. He's more like a Travis Kelce than he is anything else. 8 offensive tackles, 0 guards, 1 center.
Wow.
All right. Defense, 1 defensive tackle, 5 edge rushers, defensive end, whatever you want to call them, 0 linebackers, inside linebackers, not one. It's like, this has got to be the first NFL draft where not a single linebacker, inside linebacker, or a running back got selected. 3 corners, no safeties.
Wow.
So the positions where, for whatever team you support, if you've got a player that's an offensive tackle, a receiver, or a quarterback, they got a shot. But the other one's not so much. It kind of surprised me.
Pretty telling of where the game is going.
Right.
I mean, years and years ago, run first, play action, throw the ball, when you need to. Now that's out the window.
And to answer your question,
you need 2-3 receivers that can play.
To answer your question, Ricky Pearsall went to he had a good spot. He went to the 49ers at 31. And to me, he's a good receiver, but I think he got drafted when he made the backhanded catch against whoever that was.
Right.
It was about the best catches I've ever seen in my whole life. That was pretty special. So he got a good landing spot.
I thought Coleman would go in that spot. I think his size and athleticism a little bit better than Pearsall, so I was a little surprised he went before Coleman did.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised on that. So, Trey Benson's another one at Florida State who I thought has a good shot. He's big, he's fast, but there wasn't any running backs taken. I mean, none, not a one. I mean, and the people that were running it, they didn't even talk about it.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't even mentioned. So they've really devalued, and I hate these terms that they throw around, these talking heads talking about the draft value, devalue, and all this. That's true.
How are your thoughts? We got to take this phone call. All right. Is it LSU, Jeff? Good morning, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Jim's giving some good stuff on FSU. We're talking about no running backs drafted. That was kind of like last year, too, wasn't it? I don't think...
I think it's a sad day that they use these running backs up for about 4 years and just discard them.
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on.
No linebackers, no inside linebackers either. None.
Jim,
Zero.
You're looking at this right now. I want to ask you this question, but this is what we all just talked about the other day. Quarterbacks pick 1, 2, 3, and 4. We said no. Were we correct?
No, you weren't right.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, except
1, 2, 3, and then you had 8, 10, 12. But that's 6 of the first 12.
Well, that's okay. We said no, so we're out of that. Second question, did Bowers go in the top 10?
No.
And we said no. Good job.
Yeah.
Vikings draft. Did the Vikings draft Bo Nix? We said no.
No.
Okay.
Went to Denver.
Will there be more offensive players than deep? We said yes. We've been right on every one of them so far.
The one we missed, and what I mixed, was Nix being a first rounder. I just didn't see it. I thought he'd be a second rounder. He reminds me a little bit of some of the old Texas Colt McCoys type players. Not the big arm, a little bit more athleticism. But hey, Denver needed a quarterback. They overpaid.
You got Sean Payton as your coach too.
Right.
So.
All right. We also said that
helps.
the SEC would have more of the Big Ten. Are we right on that?
Yeah.
Okay. We all picked that. Will Michigan break the record? We don't know that
Don't
one
know.
yet.
I'll say no.
We'll have to hold on.
That's a
that.
big number. I'm going to say no on that.
Yeah.
Did LSU's quarterback Daniels go to Washington?
Yes.
Okay, we got that right. Okay.
The only one I missed was Bo Nix being a first rounder. I think that was one of the questions.
Yeah. And well, they had him going to Denver. Did he go to Denver?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of takeaways. The first defensive player went 15th.
Right.
Was that
That's crazy.
Who was? No, I thought you said
His name is Latu, Latu. He's from UCLA.
Yeah.
He's had the most sacks in college football. He had 23 sacks the last 2 years. He can play.
I thought the big lineman from Texas did. Where did he go?
Next pick.
Okay.
He went to Seattle at 16.
He can play. I saw him in person. He's good. And it was Dallas Turner the third?
Dallas Turner, went to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they got McCarthy.
So back on the thing that you're all talking about with the Florida State verse. So I think it's been 40 years since we had only one Florida college player go in the first round because the Hurricanes didn't have anybody and the Gators didn't have anybody. That's a long time.
Well, you got Ricky Pearsall from the Gators. And you got
the Gators did have somebody.
Yeah. And then you got Jared Verse. And like you say, I was going to mention this eventually, just kind of poking fun at one of our sponsors there because John played for the Canes. They had nobody.
Yeah.
And their players weren't even talked about. I mean,
that's staggering. I mean, Florida has always put the players in the draft.
Yeah, and he was the 31st pick, so he almost made it the first. Out of the first round without a Florida pick.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. Like, there's nobody from Florida picked yet, and they snuck in.
There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about these quarterbacks that went, didn't go the first three. These other guys, because who was it that picked? I don't. Was it Bo Nix went to the Broncos, right?
Correct. At 12.
Penix went to Atlanta.
Wait, who went to Atlanta?
Penix.
Michael Penix.
Oh, Penix, yeah. Oh, that was the other thing. Cousins was like, what the hell are you doing?
I was shocked. I wasn't shocked that he went at that spot. I do think he can play, but to go to that team when you just pay that man $180 million and you're going to take your first pick in the top half of the first round for a guy that's not going to play for 2-3 years, I don't get that. I mean, I don't get that.
Well, okay, but let me throw this back at you, though.
Yeah.
Cousins is above average.
For sure.
Penix is above average,
For
right?
sure.
So you got two above average quarterbacks. The Broncos have Jason Stidham and Zach Wilson. They got three below average quarterbacks. So I mean, the Broncos are in a worse position than the Falcons ever could be.
And I'm not trying to defend the Falcons or anything, but I was thinking about this driving in. How is what they did any different than what the Chiefs did when they had Alex Smith, who was an above-average quarterback,
right,
and they drafted Pat Mahomes?
If you believe Penix is that guy,
I don't know. He's going to.
I agree with it. Yeah,
but it's the same thing, So we'll see how it works. Yeah. I was surprised too. I was.
I think Denver was looking around and they said, "Oh my God, all the quarterbacks got off the board," because I didn't think anybody suspected Atlanta was going to move up to take Penix. So they had to make a move to get a quarterback there, and that's why they went up to 12 to get Nix in the first round. I thought he was a second-round pick. I thought if they sat on that pick, maybe they traded back a little bit, they could get more picks. But quarterback's the ultimate position in the NFL. You're going to overpay if you think the guy can play. So, and they were in a bad spot. They needed a quarterback.
Yeah, but okay. So So what Atlanta just did, I'm not going to disagree with Vic and Penix because I think Penix is a top 10 quarterback eventually.
Yeah.
But the Packers, when they had Favre, they picked Rodgers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they had Rodgers and they picked Love.
Right.
So you see the trend here that they are replacing before they really need it. And that's kind of like what Atlanta's just done, because Cousins is only going to be around for 3 years.
Yeah, they don't have to play right away. I think it's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of smart, but you just paid Cousins $180 million. You need to get him weapons. And I know they have some weapons there in Atlanta, but, I mean...
He was upset.
Their defense isn't the best in the league either. So
I thought Dallas Turner was going to go there.
He seemed blindsided by it. It was one thing to draft your backup in a third or fourth round, but to go out and number 8 pick, top 10 pick,
number
and
8,
pick him up after you just signed him, to me was a little bit strange. Not saying it's not going to work out. Not saying they're not smarter than me. I love Penix. I think Penix is a little underrated in this draft because he can sling it. But to pay somebody that amount of money and then draft the backup that year was a little strange for me.
How much time we got?
Yeah, but it's a rookie contract, though.
Hey, Jeff.
Sure.
Yeah, that helps.
If you want to hold on, because we got to take a break.
Yeah,
that's for you. We're talking about the hospital now?
Yeah.
No.
The cancer patients?
No. Hush.
Come on.
Hush.
Let me go.
Let's talk about some of our great people.
Hey, loose, Coach.
Dr. Ward, man, I'll tell you what, he got them all right also. He talked about Bowers. He talked about the offense more. Bo Nix wouldn't go. Everything he said, good job, Dr. Ward, great job. And you listen to Dr. Ward right here every Wednesday at 7:30. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. Doesn't look right, feel right. There's offices throughout Northwest Florida. Don't make a mistake. Go get checked out. 5 minutes can save your life. Go call and see Dr. Ward, and there's no doubt about that. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, Jason Kovaleski does an incredible job. We'll try to get him in here one of these days. Paparazzi Pizza. Nowhere has better pizza than Paparazzi. Nobody has a better bakery than Paparazzi. Nobody has a better deli or bar than Paparazzi. On Thomas Drive, Big John's retired police officer does an incredible job. Got great employees down there. Wonderful place, great atmosphere. Food's incredible. Paradise Cake, Napoleon, carrot, chocolate. I mean, it's unbelievable stuff they have down there. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. You want your yard to look absolutely gorgeous? It can happen. Turpro Pest Control. Give Patrick a call, and he'll come out and your yard look beautiful. And I want to thank Pat Perno, the City Commissioner of Lynn Haven. Thank you for all you do for Lynn Haven. You're one of the best they've ever had. You do an incredible job. Before Braves Lynn Haven. Every Wednesday's a big special there. 10 wings and a side for $9.99. But they got the 10 for 10 going on every single day. Before Braves Lynn Haven. When you walk in, it's like they know your name. It's like going back in time to Cheers.
Yeah.
Great place. Great people. Before Braves. We'll be right back. Oh, wait a minute. I want to go get some jewelry. Where am I going to go?
You are going to go to David Adamson Jewelry on Highway 77.
Why am I going there?
Because it's in Lynn Haven.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in that part of town anyway, and they're having an estate sale. And to make that estate sale even better, they've put everything in this store on sale.
Everything.
So take your jewelry, get it appraised, get it cleaned, get it repaired right there. David Adamson Jewelry, Highway 77, Lynn Haven.
You heard it right here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 79 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the south. For tonight, some clouds and a low near 70. Tomorrow, wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, and a high around 79. For Sunday, mostly sunshine and a high of 78. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, employers. Are you in need of reliable and skilled workers to fill your staffing gap?
Look no further than Labor Finders, your go-to full-service staffing solution.
At Labor Finders, we offer a wide range of skilled, unskilled, and administrative personnel for all your employment needs.
Whether it's short-term projects or long-term placements, we've got you covered. Our diverse pool of talent is ready to tackle any job.
And guess what? We're always on the lookout for new talent to join our team.
Partner with Labor Finders today and experience the difference. Visit our website or contact us now to find your perfect match.
Ready to save big on the #1 selling car brand in the world? We've extended our best deals of the year throughout the month of April. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on a new Camry. Get 2.99% on the sporty Corolla. Ready for 2.99% on a new RAV4? And get 2.99% on the tough Tundra. Wherever life leads, there's a Toyota for you. Right here at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires April 30th. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. What's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
What? No, I'm good.
This is good music right there.
Bum, bum, bum. And we are back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is LSU Update, brought to you by Jeff. Jeff, I'm going to send you the invoice, the bill, and everything pretty soon. Brian Kelly does not get a lot of respect and love in this room, and I think he does a good job. I think he fits in good with LSU, the way he speaks, the way he dances. He's made himself, known. He's down in Panama City quite a bit. He's got a boat here. So let me ask you this. Are the LSU Nation happy with him? Are they happy he's the head football coach at LSU?
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Coach O was so much like one of us, but
yeah, we can tell.
You got to win.
Okay. We've had you at lunch before. We can tell. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. No, I paid extra to have the LSU fight song being played, so,
Hey, I like LSU. I was one of my Charlie.
Well,
Charlie
I try and remain unbiased, and I think that last night's draft, Alabama boy Dallas Turner was probably one of the steals at 17th. When he slid, I couldn't believe that Saints didn't pick him, and multiple other teams did not pick Dallas Turner, and I thought, at 17th, the Vikings got a steal on that one.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the only other one I saw as a steal was the Chiefs at 28 got Xavier Worthy, the wide receiver from the Longhorns.
Yeah.
And when I saw them trade up, I was like, ooh, wow. And then they did it. They pulled the trigger, and Worthy was not a 28th pick, but he was.
Yeah.
So
he runs 4.2. That's what they're looking for.
Right.
Good Lord.
Yep.
That's
so
crazy.
now we're looking at the Chiefs again and saying, ooh, these guys, they can win the division again, and they're going to be, a roadblock for a lot of teams. And the Bills don't look like they're the team. So
I don't understand why
who
teams
else?
don't draft these speedy wide receivers like the Chiefs do. I mean, Tariq Hill, you got McCall Hardman. I mean, they utilize them and they stretch the field, and it becomes.
Who was the one they had and went to Miami? He
Tariq Hill.
He fly, man. He's still. What about Detroit? Did they do good? I know they got Alabama.
Yeah, they
got
picked.
Arnold.
Yeah, they got Terran Arnold, the cornerback from Alabama.
He's a good kid.
Like you didn't know that. Come on,
he's a
Hale.
good kid. Who'd they get the year before? Where'd they get that guy from? Who was it? From Alabama? Oh, yeah. The running
No,
back.
it's from Michigan. No.
Gibbs. Yeah.
Aiden Hudson.
Gibbs. Yeah.
Who did they get the year before that? They got suspended for gambling.
Now, think about it. We were watching the draft past 10 o'clock.
Oh, Jameson Williams, Alabama. Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
So we're watching the game, the draft past 10 o'clock. It means it's past 11 o'clock Eastern time zone. Those Detroit Lions fans are out there past 11 o'clock, and there was tens of thousands of them out there.
No, there was like, what did they say, over 200,000 people?
It was like a concert.
There was a lot, whatever it was.
Michigan Eddie, man, they love it. They love it. They love it. You wouldn't get that. You wouldn't get that in Ohio.
Well, let me tell you where it's going next year. It's going to Green Bay.
That's even better.
Yeah.
When it comes to Montgomery, Alabama, there, Chief, let me know.
Or Birmingham.
Or Birmingham. Or Op.
Coming to Dothan.
Coming to Dothan.
The Dothan Civic Center. Right before wrestling.
Peanut Festival.
Anyway, they're being ugly.
If they bring the draft to Tampa or New Orleans, y'all going to go to the draft?
I don't know. I'm scared to go to New Orleans anymore.
Don't believe it. Do not believe it. That's a lie.
No, I
You'd go
am.
to New Orleans in a heartbeat right now. If you
Only the Sugar Bowl. I go to a football game. I feel safe.
Go to
If not
Bourbon
a football
Street.
game not going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't wear your Alabama gear when you're in New Orleans, okay? That's
Or Ohio State, or Florida, or Georgia.
Or anything. Yeah, if it's not LSU, you might get shot.
Right.
Yeah, or the Saints. One of the two. You got a Saints shirt on, an LSU shirt. You're pretty good. Nah. What do you think about this? How did Saban do? Do you think he did a good job?
Wait, Saban?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
As a
I don't
commentator.
understand
Oh,
what Saban did.
which network did you watch? The NFL?
Oh, no, I was watching ESPN. I didn't watch the Saban thing, no.
He was on there.
Oh, really? Yeah,
just go with the flow and say he did great. He's the best of all time, so we can move on. He's the GOAT.
Hang up on Jeff. He done screwed my damn thing up. Saban did a great job. I thought he did.
Saban did a great job.
He did do a good job.
As long as he didn't wear red, because I just
he
can't
was.
stand him wearing red.
No, he did. He had Navy on.
I thought he had
Oh,
a
that's
red
right. He
blazer.
did win one at LSU. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's
he had
right.
Navy on.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I do think he can break down the game a little bit better. I get annoyed with the other guys on the set because, like
Pat
Joey Galloway.
McAfee. Oh.
I can't stand Joey Galloway, and he's an Ohio State guy, but what a sellout, I mean, he's
McAfee, where did he come from? How did he get that job?
He's a kicker of Tennessee.
He was a
little
punter. I think he
podcast,
played
got
in West
famous.
Virginia, I think.
He's always had some podcast or something that kind of brought him and made him a little bit more famous than, what a kicker should be. But some people love that personality. Some people love that, viewpoint.
I will say this, though. He's really nice. With the Alabama-Texas game, we're by the set, and he came over and talked. He is a nice guy.
He used to make some good points, but I think his show got taken off the air for like a week or something for some controversial comments, and then ESPN was going to poll him, and then they're like, the show's too popular. But I used to like him. I think some of his antics are a little tired and overplayed, but he's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I haven't acquired that one yet. Or Desmond Howard. I will never acquire him.
I do think him and Bill Belichick is an odd couple, though.
That makes sense. Go ahead.
Let me make this statement. He is an acquired taste. You remember Dennis Miller was a very acquired taste.
Yeah.
But the thing is that McAfee is a man of the people because he was just a kicker. He wasn't like, he was a guy who went out there and made hits as a kicker. I mean, Dennis Miller was a comedian,
Right.
So I'm not a big McAfee fan, but, he's definitely got himself in a great position, and he's got a younger crowd.
This
is where you talk about Alabama.
We just pulled the plug. Thank you.
What's that?
That's the Alabama update. Thank you.
We pulled the plug here. We pulled the plug. No, I'm looking at some notes and stuff. How did you enjoy the draft, though? You thought it was a pretty good job by the networks and everything?
Oh, absolutely. This draft was actually top notch, and I love the fact that they're moving the draft around. It's not in New York every year.
Right.
Because I'm tired of looking at the Jets fans just cry like babies.
Right.
Right.
Well, I remember when they did it in Nashville. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I'm going to tell you what, Detroit probably might have had more people.
Only half of them are alive today, but that's really good.
half of them fill out reports being stolen, shot. Anyway, all right, Jeff, we got to go. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Y'all take it easy.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Let's talk about some of our great people. J. Michael's Restaurant, best seafood, coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Go have a good time. Didn't tell him Coach sent you. Also, Chuck Tucker. Unbelievable South Oak Title and Closing for all your real estate closing. No one does it better than Chuck Tucker. And your jewelry. We just talked about your jewelry. If you want to buy Jason something, all the women watching him right now, you want to buy him a gold heart or something, David Adamson Designer Jewelry will do it for you. They do an incredible job.
Take your clean fix, and they'll praise your jewelry for the insurance.
Take your old stuff in, make something new.
They'll buy it.
they'll do it. They're great, just like Stevenson Air Conditioning, just like El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, just like Dr. Chad Mitchell. You can listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. 104.3. Just speak when we get back. 104.3. Oh, yeah. Play it, baby.
I don't care about your past. I just want our love to last.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control, Store More Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Billburn Kia, and Mid-South Lumber.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 79 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the south. For tonight, some clouds and a low near 70. Tomorrow, a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, and a high around 79. For Sunday, mostly sunshine and a high of 78. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
New ownership and brand new renovations at Bayside Marina, the one-stop shop for all your boating needs in Panama City. Boat storage, valet service boat launching, pontoon rentals, non-ethanol fuel, on-site mechanic, ice, drinks, cleaning station, live bait and tackle. Our marina store is loaded. Relax and enjoy your day on the water at Bayside Marina, Big Daddy Drive, Panama City Beach, or call 850-234-7650. That's 234-7650.
PLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Welcome to It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide Roll. Alabama update. Brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. We tell you all the time, get it serviced right before the summer, right before the winter. It helps save you some money in your power bill. If you got an old one, get rid of it. We've had so many people that have gone with them, and they've been extremely pleased. Jason's one of them that went with them. And honestly, it's one of the few things you can actually purchase that pays for itself over a period of time. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Speaking about legends, we've got one on right now. Been covering athletics at the University of Alabama since 1983. He's old, but he's still good. He's still handsome. And he's a grandfather. Jess Beagle, wow. Birmingham, Alabama. How are you doing, sir?
Grandfather times 3, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm doing. That's like me. I got 3 too. I got 2 granddaughters and a grandson. Now, what's your lineup like?
A granddaughter and 2 grandsons.
See, this great, unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Have you had a nice week? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's been a good week, really. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything really atrocious that has happened in my life. And the NFL draft was fun to watch last night. Did you get to see that?
I didn't watch much of it, to be honest with you. Something happened. And
well, you had to go to bed early. That's
well, actually,
when you get up early, you have to go to bed early.
You're a grandpa.
Actually, I was up late. We're watching my son's golden retriever, so I had to take him out late, take him walking. So I missed some stuff. I want to ask you, as you know, we as Alabama fans, and we don't really brag. We don't brag or say a whole lot about what we've accomplished.
Roll Tide.
But I would like to put out that Alabama last night had 3 more first-round draft picks, and what Nick Saban's done, I don't think it's ever been done by a head football coach in the history of college football. That's just me. What did you think about the Bama boys going and where they went?
Well, we were talking about it in the office before the draft started, and trying to figure out who was going where and all that, and Johnny Condon, who follows this draft stuff just religiously, said that Latham was probably going to sneak up there in the top 10, and sure enough, the Titans got him at 7, and I was just blown away by 14 offensive players taken before a defensive player was taken. That's an NFL draft historical moment, and maybe it just shows you where the game has gone, where it's going, and I mean it's all about offense, man. It's all about putting the points up, but and then Turner goes, and the moment of the night to me was when Terrion Arnold got picked, and how excited all those Detroit fans were. There in the Motor City, and chanting his name and all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to see what that cat can do at the next level, because he's got a big game, he's got a big personality, and he is not lacking in confidence whatsoever.
Yeah, I like him. He comes across, I've heard nothing but good things about him. I know Miss Terry loves him. Nick spoke highly of him. And what he did, giving that janitor his jersey and stuff like that was awesome, man. I enjoyed that part of it, something good and positive.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I mean, we ran that piece earlier in the week, and he said that the janitor told him that you're nicer to me than I deserve. And he goes, no. You've been nicer to me than I deserve. And it's great that, he pays respect to the people who have walked down that path and who have tried to mentor him. And it's great that he shows him that gratitude by giving him that jersey. I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah, you brought up something about the positions. Jim had just gone over that this morning. The running back position, like when we were growing up, that was the deal, man. I remember all those great running backs. If you were a big-time running back, you go make a lot of money, you go in the first round. And not one.
Or an inside linebacker or a safety. Not one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. And 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks.
Right.
And, our friend Bo Nix, got picked up by the Denver Broncos. And that was really, really cool to watch. So, yeah, it was the one thing about the NFL draft that makes it so compelling and makes it such a great TV show is that you can have all the projections you want, but man, once that thing starts, I mean, you throw those things out the window. Who knew, that the Falcons were going to pick Michael Penix Jr.? That was a shocker,
right? Yeah.
And certainly was a shocker to Kirk Cousins for sure.
That was, because I really thought Dallas Turner was going there.
Do you think that the administration at Atlanta gave him a heads up and say, look, we're thinking about taking a quarterback number 1? Do you think that even happened? I mean,
he did.
It doesn't appear so.
They did come out after and said that he knew that they were going to take a quarterback, but he didn't think it would be in the first 3 rounds.
That's usually how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious.
Well, and how quickly Penix is going to be able to get on the field is certainly a question, and certainly, certainly you take a chance on disrupting some team chemistry and creating some bad vibes there, but. We'll just see how those 2 guys navigate that path and see how it works out.
The reason I thought Penix was a little strange of a pick for Atlanta, because how long has he been in college? 5, 6 years? He's a seasoned veteran. How much are you going to develop him in 2 to 3 years? That's not a guy, to me, that you sit on the bench for 2, 3 years. That's a guy you should be able to bring in that has some NFL concepts already, been in a passing offense that you would probably plug and play. Maybe not the top 5 pick, but it was surprising for me to bring him in and assuming that you think Cousins is your quarterback of the future and somebody that can take you to the playoffs. And with your first pick, you take a guy that's not going to play for 2, 3 years. That was the shocking part of me. Not that Penix went there; it was who he went to. It shocked me.
Yeah, that's an excellent point for sure. I mean, he certainly has played enough college ball and had enough throws where, he's a veteran, and well, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, on the surface, it doesn't look like it's going to work out very well, but we'll see how it goes.
Jeff, going forward in this draft, what's the number? How many Bama guys you think will get drafted, and who you think is going to be next?
Gosh, that's a really good. Well, Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to be next.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen early in the second round. Johnny and Chris McCulley were at his party last night. And listen, if you ever want to be at a more awkward, uncomfortable setting, go to one of those things and the guy doesn't get picked in the first round.
Yeah.
And that is very awkward and uncomfortable for everybody. And, someone approached, his agent about wanting to do an interview with Kool-Aid, which I would never have done. I would have just sneaked out the side door and gone back to the TV station. But the agent said, no, he's not going to do that. But he'll go off the board pretty early in round 2. I mean, this guy went through pro day and had a fractured toe in his foot, and he ran a 4.47 40. I mean, this guy's tough as nails, and whoever gets him, in the second round is going to get a good player. I think he may wind up being, when it's all said and done, the best of them all.
Who else? Who are some of the guys that you think will go?
Well, it's just so, a bunch. I mean, there'll be a lot of guys that certainly, Nick Saban's track record, you mentioned it before, all the draft picks. I mean, and what's impressed me the most are all the first rounders. He's had 47, I think, is the count. Best of all.
50 now.
Of all of the
50 now.
50
Joe.
now.
Yeah.
Wow. 50. So he hit 50. Well, what a great number to go out on, right? 50.
Yeah.
As you said now. And but I know this. He's a proud papa sitting up there in the chair, right? And my daughter's really good at this. I mean, she can diagram things like this and kind of break them down and everything, because she studies body language and how things are set up. But they put Nick Saban in the middle. And he was. And how about the way the fans cheered when he was introduced?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. He was a rock star last night. He was terrific.
Yeah. Well, they had just drafted the year before their running back from Alabama, and then they get Arnold. And they love greatness. I mean, everybody loves greatness. These two guys here love Alabama. I mean, deep down.
I respect them.
I respect Alabama.
Well, the Lions. Yeah, it's the third year in a row the Lions have taken an Alabama guy in round 1, and that's that's pretty impressive stuff too. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, how that carries over, under DeBoer, because I mean, look, he had Penix drafted last night. He had the offensive lineman got drafted. So
and the receiver,
Odunze.
Odunze. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for reminding me. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that carries over.
And James always rags me about the Browns, and I say, look, the Browns got, I think, 5 or 6 guys from Alabama. They got Cooper, they got Judy, they got the big offensive lineman who was hurt last year, Wills, big guy, and a couple others. Tomlinson, the big defensive tackle, and there's 5. There's one, I can't remember the other one. So, hey, we got the Alabama guys, too.
Yeah.
We don't have Micah Fitzpatrick, the headhunter who blew out Nick Chubb's knee, but...
See what I put up with.
Well, that's the thing about watching the National Football League now. It used to be years ago, you turn on the TV and you'd be looking for Alabama guys,
Yeah.
And now whatever football game you turn on Sundays, an Alabama guy just jumps off the screen at you. There's so many in the league, and it's really cool to see.
I don't know what the future holds, but with Saban there, we knew it was going to keep building up, but now I don't know. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. Can we hold you over a little bit, or are you busy?
Oh, yeah, Coach, I'm good.
All right, hold on. Don't hang up. All right, we'll be right back. Let's talk. I got time to talk about some of these great people. Jason, let's start with you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. 2 great locations. You can try it before you buy it. What else is going on down there?
Well, we'll be at the Panama City CrossFit tomorrow. There's a CrossFit Games, so that'll be from 8 to about 4 or 5 o'clock. So come out the Panama City CrossFit, support those athletes. We have a free sample bar, certified sports nutritionists on staff. We got 2 great locations, one on 23rd Street next to Taziki's in the Del Coronado Village, and the one in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
You want your yard looks absolutely beautiful. Turpro Pest Control can make that happen for you. Give them a call. They'll come out. That yard look absolutely beautiful. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. Just think about turkey for a minute. The barbecue's incredible. Try their turkey plate. The turkey sandwich is unbelievable. One of the best I've ever had. They cater. Wonderful people down there. What's your favorite this morning?
Probably going to go with the jalapeno cheddar sausage and the Rudy beans.
Good pick.
Yeah.
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't forget about the great room in the back, the Lorelei Layton room. You have a party back there, chamber meeting, football banquet, you name it, you can do anything back there. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road, and don't forget they do cater. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. 3 great locations. Newbie 2 on the curve. We'll go watch all sporting events, and we'll be right back with the legendary Jeff Spiegel, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
Is that a true story that you gave Time Magazine away as Halloween, like for trick-or-treaters? Is that an actual Jay story?
You caught me. You caught the tater. You caught the tater.
I don't know if you've been in Jay's truck recently, but it's just got Time magazines in the back of it, just waiting for October to come around.
Middays 11 to 1. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 79 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the south. For tonight, some clouds and a low near 70. Tomorrow, a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, and a high around 79. For Sunday, mostly sunshine and a high of 78. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey. Join me weekdays starting at 11 for the Inside Drive. The latest sports stories, the biggest reactions, and even sports betting right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Auburn Updates brought by Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You're over in the great city of Lynn Haven. Get out to Beef O'Brady's, especially on Wednesdays, 10 wings and a side for $9.99. But I tell you what, I say this all the time. You go over there and visit that place, they're always friendly. They got smiles on their face, and the service is incredible. The food's outstanding. Pat does a great job. There's no doubt about that. Get to Beef O'Brady's and say War Eagle to him. Why is that funny?
Because you might pay more than what you should.
I just got a text here. Yeah, okay. I will not read that. All right, we got Jeff. Let's bring Jeff back on. All right, Jeff, we were all talking in here during the break. What about Auburn? What draft picks? Who's the prospect? Who's going to be the guy from Auburn to go?
Well, one of the first to go could be defensive lineman Marcus Harris. He's projected to be, somewhere around a third or fourth round pick. And then they've got 3 DBs who should get their name called as well. DJ James, Nehemiah Pritchett, and then Jalen Simpson as well. So, all those guys, good ball players. I think, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think the key to Hugh Freeze getting this thing, back on track and overtaking Alabama, and that's not the number one objective, certainly for Auburn. The number one objective is to take over the SEC. But to do that, you need to win the state championship as well, and is to start, getting some NFL draft picks, and first round NFL draft picks. And one of the reasons you do that, we talked about this on the show Sunday, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Well, you gotta get some number one recruiting classes and top 5 recruiting classes first. And then those first round draft picks are going to start coming along. And so, but yeah, they'll have, it looks like they're going to have 4 guys drafted. And, Coach, you did me a disservice a while ago. You asked me a tough question before I finished my first cup of coffee. I drew a blank on the Alabama guys who should be going next. Jermaine Burton is a guy.
Yeah.
And I looked him up last night, and the guy's only dropped 4 passes like in his career. There at Alabama, none last season. This guy's pretty reliable, and Alabama's going to have a kicker in the NFL, Coach. Will Reichert is going to be drafted, by somebody.
I believe his grandparents. I believe his grandmother lives here in Bay County. For real. Yeah. Good.
What a terrific career he had.
Yeah. I heard he's a great kid, too. A great young man.
How about defensive lineman? How about defensive lineman from Alabama?
Right, Justin Aboigbe, Chris Braswell, another edge guy. Braswell and Turner were like just feared, there on the
Braswell's good.
Front.
Yeah.
He is good, yeah. So there's some guys. There's some guys right there. But yeah, probably Harris might, go tonight. DJ James might go tonight. You look at these mocks, and for Auburn especially, they really vary from like round 3 to round 6, for these guys, which just kind of tells you the unpredictability of how this thing goes.
Well, I will say this about Hugh Freeze. They've done a great job recruiting. The Coleman kid is going to be, he will be a first-round draft pick if he doesn't get hurt. The guy's going to be a superstar. They lost 5 receivers. What they got coming in is outstanding. They just got the kid from Penn State over Texas A&M. Lambert Smith, whatever his name is. How good is y'all seen him play? What is the number 13, I believe, for Penn State?
You talking about the receiver?
Yeah, their best receiver.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He's going to be able to fit in. I think he's a slot, I believe. So I think it's a great pickup for them. Penn State, with the way their quarterback play was last year, it wasn't surprising that one of the receivers left because Aller didn't look very good.
Right. Jeff, what do you think about him?
Oh, he's a home run threat for sure. Just look at the stats alone. He had 53 catches last year, and and then he's got 1,700 yards and catches, I think, for his career. There. So it's just, the key, of course, for Auburn is going to be who's going to get the ball to him. Can Peyton play well enough to get these guys, in the offense and make them superstars? And you need a good quarterback to be able to do that. So, we'll see how that works out for Auburn. Hugh Freeze, seems to have faith in Peyton, but we'll see if that faith is rewarded.
Right. Auburn, their tight end was a leading receiver last year. They didn't have a receiver had 400 yards. He didn't even have 400 yards. Fairweather had 38 receptions, 394 yards, and then Johnson had, and he's a receiver, only had 19 for 347 yards. They couldn't throw the ball.
We talked about this. The last receiver to have 1,000 yards, in a season was Ronnie Daniels back in 1999.
Yeah.
So the passing, they're starving, for success, in the passing game there, and we'll see if that happens.
We were talking to Jason. I said, I just don't know the future of Alabama recruiting. If you can't sell Alabama when you go see their facilities, go to a game there, you're not a very good recruiter. But nobody recruited like Nick Saban. You see all the 50 first-round draft picks, and you got Hugh Freeze now doing a pretty good job. As a matter of fact, they flipped a kid from that Perry Thompson kid. We had him committed, and they got him a 5-star receiver. You feel pretty good about DeBoer and his recruiting abilities, or what do you think? We're going to have a drop-off? You got to have some kind of drop-off when you lose Nick Saban. But can they keep it rolling?
Oh, I think they can. I mean, one of the things they talked about when he got the job was that, look, he doesn't know the South and all that stuff. That's so overblown. I mean, if you can recruit, you can recruit. If you can coach ball, you can coach ball. He's got a tough act to follow, for sure. But, this guy comes in with confidence that, he can get it done, and he can get it done his way. And, there are going to be some naysayers, but, he'll work through that. And, is there going to be an SEC championship the first year? I mean, that's high expectations. Because, you got Kirby Smart over there in Georgia who's not going away. So, I think he's going to do really well, Hale.
Well, I think the big game is Georgia and Tuscaloosa. I think September 28th. He wins that game, he's going to be in good shape. He loses the game, then we'll see how it plays out. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, one loss is going to get, the fans, yapping. But I think he's got some good pieces there, to work with, and good talent to work with, and we'll see how he follows that incredibly tough act in Nick Saban.
And I'll say this too: at Auburn, Hugh Freeze needs to have a good year next year also. Year 2, at these schools, you better win. They're paying you that kind of money. You better win, and you better win quickly. And he's done a good job recruiting, so I'm looking forward to watching how both these teams play out. Before we let you out of here today, I do want to ask you one other question. We've been saying this now for, maybe, a year, about the Super League is coming. Yeah. It'll happen in 2026. And we all said they need to do it like high school. The Big 12, the ACC, the smaller schools, they need to have their own playoff system and let the SEC and the Big Ten have the Super Bowl for college football. And it seemed like it's starting to happen. And Dooley's son, Derek Dooley's trying to get that thing rolling. You think that's going to happen? I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to have the Super League by 2026, and I think the other guys are going to be playing for their own national championship. What are you hearing, and what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I hear the same stuff. I saw the piece with Derek. I think they're on the money. I mean, and wow, I mean, if you're an SEC football fan, I mean, you're in a good place right now because this is where the best football is. This is where the best football is played year in and year out, and they're going to be a part of the equation. I mean, no doubt about it. Greg Sankey had some thoughts on that too. I think yesterday. So the future is exciting. The future is going to be something that we couldn't foresee 10 years ago. But whatever the future holds, I mean, the SEC is going to have a strong place in it for sure.
Let me ask you this, because we were back and forth on the number of teams. If they do the Super League, the Big Ten versus the SEC, what's a good number? 20 teams in each league, 24? I don't want it to get too big. We definitely need to get a couple more states. I tell you, Jeff, I do worry about the Big Ten. They've got all the networks but ESPN. Sure. I thought we screwed up big time letting CBS go away. I think that we should have worked. That's just me, just my opinion. But I do believe we need to try our best to get North Carolina, Virginia, Clemson, FSU. Those 4 for sure. We need 2 more states. That would be big. And we need to keep the Big Ten out of the South. What's your take on what's the number for you, though? What do you think? It'd be 24, 20, 18? What do you think it's going to be?
I mean, 24 sounds like a good round number. And, I mean, Coach, forgive me, but it's just kind of blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Because, you and I grew up in the era of, the 10-team league.
Yeah.
In the SEC and everything. Then it expanded to 12. Then it went to 14. And, gosh, now we're talking about 24. I mean, it's just crazy to think about. But 24 sounds like a good number, and I'm going to nominate you the Super League commissioner.
There's no doubt. I got all the answers. There's no doubt. Just ask me.
Just ask him, exactly.
Yeah. I got these two guys right here with me helping out, so we can make it happen. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming on. You have a great weekend, and take care and have fun with those grandkids.
Oh, you too, Coach. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
All right, great job. Jeff always does a great job. Let's talk about some of our great people. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli on Thomas Drive. If you want pizza tonight, this is the only place you need to order. If you want great desserts, that's the only place you need to go to their bakery. You want lasagna, spaghetti, the only place you need to go is Paparazzi. They're incredible. They really are that good. And John's retired police officer. For that reason alone, we need to go pack the place out. I want to thank Beef O'Brady's again, the Auburn update. Thank you so much. Pat Perno, one of the best, if not the best, in the history of Lynn Haven City Commissioners. He does a great job. Do I got time to do one more? You sure? Okay, let's do one more. Let's talk about Dr. Chad Mitchell. If you get injured in any way, go see Chad. He is a legend here in this part of the state. He's been on the sidelines for 25 years. This season will be his 25th year. That's incredible. I don't think that's happened anywhere else. I don't think it's ever happened in Bay County either. The guy is unbelievable.
I hear he's giving saxophone lessons, too.
Yeah, I told him to put those cigars away. But he does a great job, no doubt about that. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
John, you don't like it, but you seem to be, you don't seem to miss too many episodes.
That's because I am trying to talk sense into the program.
No, John, you're a hate monger.
Paul, let me tell you this. You need to grow up. Bye-bye.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
360-degree protection of your home, 365 days a year, one low monthly price.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control offers an affordable program that provides our customers with peace of mind. Brock 365.
We like bundling pest control with termite protection for a low monthly payment. We couldn't be happier with the results. Most treatments are done outside, and we haven't had any issues in over 3 years.
Call us today for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, Wildcat.
Yeah,
we got some crazy stuff going on this weekend. Talk about some of the great things we're giving away.
Well, one of the things that, first of all, I want to say congratulations to our two winners that had won themselves a set of tickets to Wrestling Against Cancer. Of course, that's this Saturday at the Bay Haven Charter Academy. And I want to say congratulations to Jason Middleton and Chris Cummins, who also got a little bonus pack.
Chris, yes, good job, Chris.
Yeah. And one of the questions I've been getting here at the radio station is where to get the tickets. There will be a will call window, like where you buy your regular tickets at. There'll be a window that says will call. Go show them your ID there, and they will give you your tickets to enter the venue. And so it can't get any simpler than that. And also, the tickets for adults are $12, ages 6 to 17, $8. Children under 5, will get in free. So, all the money goes to a good cause. It's Wrestling Against Cancer this Saturday at the Bay Haven Charter Academy. And the underdogs this afternoon will be giving away the last set of tickets.
Big Dave, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You said we had a phone call? Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys.
Who is this?
It's Coach Mike with Glen Haven Road.
Hey, Coach Mike. What you got for us today, buddy?
Hey, man, I was just calling in. There's some sad news in town about North Bay Haven's coach. I just wanted to call and say it's a travesty that man got fired. He helped my program out in numerous ways. I got a lot of football players that go to North Bay Haven, and they're all real upset. And it's just sad that stupid stuff in politics, it seems like, runs big coaches out of our town, and it's the reason that our town is behind consistently in football at just an all-time high. It's just a travesty that they fired that man.
What I heard all kind of different things.
It's what he gave some kids a ride because that school would not provide transportation for their own athletes, and he did what any coach like me or you or any other coach would have done. He stepped up and tried to get them boys to a meet, and his athletic director told him it was fine. Then he gets backroaded. It sounds like some politics and some other things that were involved there that maybe they just found the reason finally to get him out of there.
Wow.
And that program, I can tell you right now, from as long as I've been around, there has never been as much buzz around that football team as there was going into this season.
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a really good job.
He was high, like the X's and O's that man knows is beyond anything that North Bay Haven's going to replace him with. I don't know where they think the next, who's going to want to coach. I'm a youth coach, and I don't even want to coach there. I wouldn't even take that job because 4 coaches in 3 years.
Yeah.
And then you fire a man for nothing. They basically is trying to help your school out because you're too lazy to provide transportation for your athletes. Like, that's beyond ridiculous.
Wow.
It's a shame. And like I said, Coach Day is a great man. Like I said, he's one of the few. I've reached out. You know me, guys. I'm reaching out to everybody for my program. So I reached out to all the high schools in this town. And he's one of the only ones in our area that comes to practices, came to my game, put in effort because he realized that the youth football, is important. It's what builds the high schools eventually. He put, that meant a lot to my program also, and it's just a shame that for something so stupid and so little that they let him go.
I was amazed how many people were upset, the calls I was getting and stuff. And, we get calls like that all the time. We got to be real careful. Yeah. And sometimes you say things and sometimes you don't. Yeah. And we don't know the whole story. The people I've dealt with at North Bay Haven always been really good. But it's just when you get 4 coaches fired in 4 years, that's
when the writing's on the wall, it kind of speaks for itself. We work with the school also. The athletic director, I've had good relations with him. We work with the school. They let us use their field during the springtime for our 8-man football. But, man, it's just when you're doing stuff like this, you say one thing and then you do another. You can't tell me this was for the betterment of the program. Plain and simple. It just sets the program back even further. And you know how today's time is. I bet you right now there's about 30 parents in that office looking for transfer paperwork. Yeah. You know how that goes. There's going to be a mass exodus now of athletes leaving the school.
It's got to be hard for the players when you've had that many different coaches to play for.
Oh, you got kids whose lives to run, Coach. You know how that is. You know how the recruiting works nowadays. These kids are already a step behind because they're at a smaller school. Yeah. And now you got 4 coaches in 3 years. What kind of film? Right. It's just a real mess. You got seniors over there. That's just a bad
There's
situation.
a rumor they canceled spring football, too, so that's going to set it back even further.
And then, that's what I was about to lead to. Now all of a sudden you're behind because nobody is going to be doing spring conditioning and stuff like that. So basically you're already saying next season don't matter to all your seniors. And that's just a crying shame.
Yeah.
And Coach K had big plans for that program, man. He was bringing all the middle schools together with the varsity and junior, having basically a whole entire program working together, unlike anything else in Bay County. He had big plans for that program.
Wow. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling. And again, I
appreciate you guys taking.
Yeah, and thank you for all you do. Thank you for what you do with the youth league. That's outstanding. Getting these kids involved. That's outstanding, man.
It's the last place you can scream at them, so we got to keep it going.
That's right, man. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Good day, man.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think we got another caller. You know, Jason, we try to be. We don't know what happened.
Right.
We're not saying anything bad about the administration at North Bay Haven, but it's just everything you keep hearing. It's just.
The little bit that we've heard seems like it could have been straightened out. It didn't seem like it was such a
fireable offense.
Difficult situation that you couldn't get a better.
It wasn't such an egregious sin that a bunch of educated people who you think are educated couldn't sit down and say, look, this is why you're in trouble, because you did this. And he would say, well, I did this because these are kids and they need a ride and I'm a coach and I give a crap. And they could have said, okay, but don't do it again.
Right.
Well, supposedly he was told it's okay to do it. So we don't know.
There's a lot of unanswered questions that we have right now. There's a lot of rumors, and there's a lot of information just coming out. But
we've all been involved in athletics a long time. James, longer than you. It just doesn't add up.
Right.
We don't have some part of that equation. There's like 4 plus equals that. We're missing that one thing in the middle.
Right.
Because the little bit that we've heard, it shouldn't be a fight. That's just me. It shouldn't be a fire.
Stop off at a bar or a strip club or something? I don't think so.
That would make more sense.
All I know for a fact,
I don't think so.
People have done a lot worse than that, and they're still working.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. We got a caller. Let's take this call. Good morning, sir.
That's just good recruiting there.
Go Blue, Detroit.
Hey, Michigan, how you doing, sir?
How about those Lions getting Bama Terrion Arnold?
Hey, what about the crowd?
That was a steal.
Michigan, what about the the fans up there? That was incredible.
275,000. Detroit brings it strong. We're not a bunch of whack. Hey, don't put us in the same pot as our politicians up there, bro. We're American patriots up in Michigan, bro.
Thank God.
And they came out, they showed up, and it was great to see. Lions had a great draft with a steal, another Bama kid, and nothing but high marks from him and all that. So I couldn't be happier. JJ went number 10 to a place where he's going to excel from the get-go. He's got a good surrounding cast on offense with an offensive minded head coach. It just stinks that the Lions had to play him twice. So I have to, it's going to be hard to root against JJ after what he's done for Michigan and the program and all that. I promise. So
it's very easy.
It was impressive. I don't know how many people were there, but man, oh man, it was impressive.
275,000, Coach. I just said that. You like Coach Hale now? Clean out your ears.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Coming in hot, Michigan Eddie.
I tell you what,
I am ticked off this morning because when we were rolling over here,
championship's about to get vacated.
I heard a football coach got fired.
Yeah.
And then I get to the hotel in Orlando last night, and then I saw the news report after I was driving. And I try to stay off my phone when I drive, and then he supposedly took an unauthorized vehicle to the state championship weightlifting or something and all that. I'm like, number one, who would do that with kids? Because that's just a liability issue with insurance and all that. So I think there's more to it than the story. I think it's a possible witch hunt. And you want to know something? I've never personally met Coach Knaus. Never have, to be honest. Never have. Heard a lot about him through the Lynn Haven Raiders and all that. But Coach Knaus is one of the few dudes that beat Anthony Richardson in high school when he was playing football.
Yeah.
And North Bay Haven had a winning season last year, I believe, only the second time in however many years they've actually been around. And here's something. Just let me talk right now. Let me talk because I'm totally.
Nobody said anything.
What I heard about Coach Knaus, he's a great Christian man. Number one. Number two, he takes his athletes to get them exposure, try to get them college scholarships, to Dothan, to 247 camps, NCSA camps, stuff like that for college exposure, try to get them a scholarship. I heard he's trying to improve the facilities up at North Bay Haven for his football team. Because I'm doing research to find out where we should put Eddie. You know what I mean?
Right.
If we stay in Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we stay in Bay County.
Right.
So as a parent, I got to do my research of all the schools. All of them.
Right.
But
I hear you.
Tell me how. That's why I think it's a witch hunt. I think it just doesn't add up, man.
No, it
and
doesn't.
You're right. Coaches have done far worse and are still coaching. What are they going to do? They fire Coach Knaus so they can get a retread. It's like Bay County, all they do is recycle coaches.
Eddie, let me add my 2 cents on this because I was a weightlifting coach at Arnold High School, and when I drove the kids to the state weightlifting meet, but it went through Julie Hale, our athletic director, and she got us we rented a van. It's just hard for me to understand how that process wasn't followed. It's like it's such standard operating procedure. Why would you not do that?
But do you fire somebody over that if that's true? Would you fire somebody over that?
According to the story, he actually got approved by the AD to be able to do what he did. So we don't know if that's true or not.
If that's true,
Someone had to approve that, because no coach would take minors to a championship in a vehicle without approval from the school.
I agree.
Because it's something. So that's why this whole thing is just like the fake news out there. Someone's trying to twist a narrative to fit their personal agenda or whatever, and something's going on here. It doesn't seem right. Any person with common sense would know this is not right. Just read between the lines of what's going on.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Just read between the lines.
There's a lot of information we don't have yet, though. So we haven't heard from North Bay Haven side. So maybe there was something else that would be the only thing that makes sense. So the rumor is, and at this point they're just rumors, that the administration maybe fell flat and didn't get the car. He got approved to use the unregistered car. He took the kid's house. Where are they going to get there? To me, that's not a fireable offense. That's a teaching moment that you can say, "Hey, coach, we can never do this again." Everybody's safe, but this.
But he was told you can do it.
That's according to the rumors. He was told he could do it. So, and then they turn around and fire him for it.
And Jason's making a great point. We don't know. It's all rumors. Right? We don't know what's going on.
No,
two sides to every story.
That is true. Yeah. But if the rumors are true.
Then there was another factor that they were trying to fire him for, whether it was performance, a difference of opinions on how the team was being coached, whatever. But
No, the AD ccame out with a statement on the news yesterday. Said it wasn't. We're happy with the performance of Coach Knaus on the field and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hold on just a second. We got to take a break. Don't hang up. We'll come back with you. Let's take a break. Go ahead and go to break right now. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Chop on Braves fans.
Fire in the hole! It's a grand slam!
Our next broadcast is tonight. The Atlanta Braves kick off a series with the Cleveland Guardians. Cover starts at 6. First pitch at 6:20 on your home for the Braves on the Gulf Coast. It's ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 79 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the south. For tonight, some clouds and a low near 70. Tomorrow, a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, and a high around 79. For Sunday, mostly sunshine and a high of 78. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. And we got Miss Yeti on the line still? Okay. I do want to say this real quick, and I always say it, and I truly, God, I believe it. When I've gone through hard times, and you think, man, you're upset, maybe crying, just lost something you thought you'd never get back. I always tell myself, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Something good is going to happen in the long run. And you don't know what it is, why things happen the way they do. When I left Arnold, I thought that was the worst thing I ever had in my life. And it turned out, it just happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be okay.
Opportunities.
Yeah. So he's a coach. If you listen, just it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Something good is going to come out of all this mess. Whatever that is, I don't know. And hopefully we'll find out exactly what happened over there. But you listen, we're just getting texts and called and being told all these different things. If some of it must be true,
right?
Maybe not all of it. We haven't heard anything from North Bay Haven. I don't know. We'll see.
And it's not us to be the judge and jury either.
No.
We're just hearing stuff.
Well, who would speak on their behalf? I mean, who pulled the trigger?
Well, they probably don't want to say anything right now.
Right.
I would just have everything documented, and
I think they should.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm sure they're going to have to talk to the parents here
Documented and time-stamped, by gosh.
Yeah.
You better be organized. Yeah. All right, Miss Gay, what do you got for us, baby?
Well, it sounds like illegal termination of employment to me. And I think that. I just doesn't smell right. Well, in the military, say if it doesn't look right, feel right, doesn't smell right, whatever that saying is. This whole thing is like that. And snafu. And if you're military, you know the acronym what that means.
Yes.
So and
my concern is for the kids. Where they go from here.
It's the Lord's will. It's not our will, and He allows things to happen, especially to believers, for the greater good of the believer, and puts us through trials and tribulations to make us stronger person and for His glory. So we just always got to keep that. Like, I think, why did I get cancer? Why did I get MS? Right.
Right.
It's for His glory. Because He worked at me, cancer was gone in 2 months. He worked a miracle so people can believe that the Lord does work miracles in the present day. It wasn't just parting of the Red Sea back in the Old Testament, stuff like that. It's for His glory. So we got to think that. But, the parents out there, I know there's a lot of parents that are upset about this because we have got a lot of North Bay Haven parent friends from the Raiders and all that. And I know they're upset and all that. And I feel bad for the kids and that are in the pipeline to go to North Bay because they won the lottery or whatever. Just stay the course. And this isn't, the story's not even 24 hours old yet, and it's not, and I believe it's probably far from being over too. And
for sure,
good usually comes out. I mean, the truth will prevail, and it'll be corrected.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah,
but it's just a shame that my faith in the Bay County school system is dwindling. And I know North Bay Haven is their own little separate entity, but they're still part of Bay County schools. And,
see, I disagree with you.
We've been here 9 years. Coach, we're not from here. You know what I mean? And we're, Deanna and I are transplants, but this is our home now, but the one thing that's always been kind of a problem is how Bay County schools have kind of been run and some of the stuff, how they do things.
Yeah.
The other thing the Bay County Commission now is
I think he's heading in the right direction.
Doing a lot of good.
I disagree with what you said.
We're all going to have some growing pains.
We got a new superintendent, and he's doing a great job. And I think every year it'll get better.
A lot of new principals coming in.
Yeah, he's already made changes at 3 schools. And that's a tough thing to do, man, to pull trigger on a principal. And he's done it. He's not buddies with people. He's not going to hire somebody because he knows them. He's going to have somebody that has a great resume, or he's not going to hire him. I think things are getting better. I really do. He's not vindictive. He's not a liar.
Right.
He's not a piece of crap.
He wants the best for the kids.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And it changes doesn't happen overnight. My only concern with North Bay Haven, whatever happens, that's going to play out. We're going to find out over time. But what's your coaching search going to look like now? We talked about this earlier. Who's going to want that job? Come in and say, hey, man, they got rid of 4 coaches in 4 years. This looks kind of like a minor detail that they fired another coach for. Do I really want to move my family down to this area and have confidence that I'm going to be there for 5, maybe 10 years when they've had 4 coaches in 3 years? So just even if, not to even blame North Bay Haven on that, just even if they were for-cause firings, that's still a red flag for me as a coach wanting to, find a new job.
coaches need an NIL contract.
And they need stability. They want stability.
Right.
And they want to know that the administration has their back, that they can implement their program and build something. It can't be built in 1 year.
Yeah. And get
Spring
back.
ball starts next week, supposedly, too.
I think it's canceled.
I think, no, they can't. I think they proposed it.
They pushed it back.
Yeah, yeah. And really and truly, any organization, if you don't have discipline in your organization, you're not going to be in any business. You know that.
For sure.
And I think he's bringing back discipline in schools. I think he is. I think they're doing a good job. We got school board elections coming up. You got to make sure you hire the right school board members. And people complain and all the time, but they don't do anything about it but complain.
Right.
And honest to God, if you're not happy, you go run for some position. You want to make a change.
Well, you know, you're wrong, Coach, because you know what? Concerned parents do call in, but it's kind of hard to work out a situation when the school doesn't call you back.
But you
It's
can
happened
vote,
to me
too,
several
and we had
times.
3,000 votes in the Panama City mayoral election. I mean,
3,000,
3,000, 2,500.
People don't care anymore.
Out of 40,000 people that live here, only 3,000. That's astonishing right there. So these school board, elections, these city elections, these are very important. These are things that actually impact your life directly. So that was a disappointing.
People got a
turnout.
cell phone, TV, and free lunch. They're happy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's true, too. They just care about themselves and all that, what's going on in their world, but they got to think of the community and stuff we live in, too, and care. That's why I call in. I'm the people's caller.
So where are you at, Michigan? Are you down there at the 7-on-7 event? Are you guys down there for the semifinals?
No, actually, I'm at the hotel in Orlando. By the way, it's beautiful down here in Orlando today, if I didn't say that already. But we're down here for a Perfect Game World Series baseball tournament.
Okay, cool.
So Eddie's got hitting and pitching practice plant with his coaches down here, and then they have 2 games on Saturday, and based on how they do, hopefully they'll take them to the championship on Sunday.
Nice.
Hey, I wanted to ask before we get out today, Michigan's got a shot. They people say they have a shot. I'm not sure they do or not, to tie or even maybe break Georgia's record. What was it, 15 people drafted in one draft?
Yeah.
After yesterday, do you still think Michigan's got a shot to get to 15?
Well, according to Jim Bob Superfly Snuka, no. Because I heard him say no. But I think they have a legit shot in the later rounds because a lot of it's when the linemen and stuff like that get taken. There's a lot of linemen on Michigan. And Blake Corum's going to go today. Junior Colson's going today. Roman Wilson's going today. Zach Zinner is probably going to go today. They have a really good shot because they had, I think, was it over 20 kids got invited to the combine, I believe.
Yeah.
Or was it 18? Yeah, I think they got a shot because they got a multitude of seniors. I said that team was very experienced. That won the championship. A lot of seniors.
Oh yeah,
that came out.
That was one of the biggest.
And all that was expected to go last night for Michigan was JJ, and he did. And by the way, kudos to Buckeye Boy and Jim Bob Superfly. You're right about the quarterbacks being taken. So kudos to you. I was wrong.
Let me ask you, how much time we got? About a minute, real quick. If you were going to take a receiver, did they get it right? The kid from Ohio State went first. The kid from LSU, I think, was the second receiver taken. Would you have gone that way?
Oh yeah, Marvin Harrison. He's got the family heritage.
I just want to see if you were going to be fair. Okay. I was baiting you, but you did good. You did good. Fair and balanced.
Yeah, he's awesome. And you know what? We were driving down, and Eddie's a student of the game, man. He picked every pick before we saw it heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that kid's football knowledge, man.
Nice.
Well, I wonder why. He listens to us every day. What do you expect? Hey, listen, real quick. We got to take. We're getting ready to go off the air, but I do want to say somebody got on me yesterday. Said you were really hard on Michigan Eddie. Let me tell you. I'll tell everybody out there now. I love this guy. He is a great father. He's a great American military guy, and we love when he calls because we have this stuff planned out to jump his butt.
Yeah,
we love it.
And we love that he's a Michigan fan because it's easy to pick on him.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
We're out, man. Have a good weekend.
Right.
Hey, we'll see y'all Monday. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Chop on Braves fans.